grew up pretty, I ain't gonna say it was rough. It was pretty balanced out. Everybody in here go through things. I'm the oldest of 12 kids between both my households, so it's kind of a lot when you got a lot of people depending on you type deal. And I'm trying to put them in a better position by doing what I need to do. So I always looked at it as that, not for me, but for people under me. Because, I mean, I don't know if any of y'all got younger siblings. I would assume a lot of y'all do. Y'all want to see them be better than you do, honestly. So that's how I look at it. And with my mom, we never really lived in a specific place too long. We always bounced around. So just little things like that, stuff like that that you see, it just make you want better. And I felt like using basketball was going to get me to a better place, you know. Down was big for me. It made me realize that it's always like when you see something through that it's brighter waiting on the other end of it. In high school, I had a big head because as a freshman, I was starting varsity. And sometimes when you got a big head, you need to get humbled. So halfway through the season, the coach benched me. And me, I'm like, I've always been the guy.
Right.
Compared to a whole bunch of seniors and juniors, I was just like a regular. Even though I had started, when I got knocked out of the lineup, I didn't want to do nothing no more. I didn't really care for school. I stopped taking workouts and stuff seriously. I was kind of discouraged. And of course, I had people like him and other coaches. He put me in position to meet other coaches who builded my confidence back up. But the whole humbling part is like, that's the part I want to bold. Like that's big. I needed to be humbled because I thought I was too good. And you should never think you're too good. There's always room for improvement. So I went to 4 or 5? I went to 4 or 5 different high schools. I bounced around too much. And then when the whole Don situation, it came at the last minute as like a bailout, honestly. I thought it was over. I thought I wasn't finna go D1. I thought I wasn't finna go to college. Like I said, my head was big, but in a sense, it's good to have a big head a little bit because I didn't want to set the bar low. I always told myself I wasn't going D1. I wasn't going to college. Good. I feel like at home, I could just walk in here and use the gym and the weight room whenever I want, stop in different classrooms, talk to teachers. It's like home, honestly. But Don was a bailout for me, and after I left Hughes, Don was just open arms. We had a few teachers who would help me with my work. I had a teacher that used to take me to the weight room. I knew nothing about the weight room. It was a teacher taking me to the weight room. He wasn't just doing work with me. I had people that cared. So I always told myself I wanted to be the person who eventually gives back to this. Because, I mean, y'all all know the name behind Don for real, like the real name. They look at us as like the bad kids, the kids that don't know nothing. When it's not that at all. We just treat like it's a regular school, honestly. Y'all shouldn't look at what Don has been in the past. Y'all should look at what it can be. Because y'all got it. Y'all built this, honestly. Without y'all, this is nothing. I feel like I could encourage somebody, and a lot of the kids had walked up to me and conversed with me. They were interested in what I said, so it feels good to bring some positive energy today to those kids. They deserve it. They work hard.
We're starting to become a school of choice. Like, we got kids who are choosing to come to Don because of the programs that we're doing, whether it's Kit Misses, Don Prep. A lot of students here, this is not their second, third, fourth chance school. Like, this is the generation where they're choosing Don to catapult them to school, right? So then we get to college, right? Childhood, high school, we're in college. How is that working out for you? How is college experiences being? Tell us about the school that you're playing at right now. Tell us. We just talking, man. Keep it 100, because some of them don't understand. That it is far and few between to play college sport, any college sport. And how difficult it is. So just talk to us about college. Where you playing and that journey to get there.
I go to Alcorn State. It's in Mississippi. It's a part of the HBCU community. Um, like I told y'all, it's always something that's going to humble you. And when I got to college, I got humbled again. I got some decent minutes as a freshman. A lot of freshmen don't play in college. And then my coach got fired, which is big. When your coach get fired, a new coach comes in and he decides either he wants you or he don't want you. So the new coach that came in, he had wanted me to play still, but I really didn't know him, so I left. And a lot of y'all heard of JUCO, right? So I went JUCO for a year, and I was playing for I was playing for a real tough coach, y'all. He don't take nothing. Like, it's hard to explain. He was very strict. It's almost military based, I feel like. But as a kid, I would consider myself still a kid at the time. I would look at it as he was being mean to me, but he was really building my character up. Like, it's nothing that can shake me now, dealing from that JUCO situation. But I was dealing with a lot of injuries because I don't really take care of my body or do the proper things I need to do to stay in tip-top shape. So my body was starting to fall apart. I hurt my knee. I broke my ankle. All this is a sophomore in college, so I'm 20 years old in college, made of glass. I keep getting hurt, and by the end of the season, I was supposed to have other schools looking at me, but a coach had reached out that knew me and basically offered a hand to me. So last year, I went back to the same HBCU I had left after communicating with the coach, and I feel like, honestly, it was one of the best decisions I could have made. I could have went somewhere else to a coach that didn't care about me or would be quick to send me right back to Cincinnati. But I made it work. Sometimes it's best to stay in a tough situation, other than giving up on it. It was one kid that stood out to me. He had just walked up to me. He was telling me about, even though while I'm gone, how do I deal with the issues that go on at home. Like, he has to work a job, he has to go to practice, he has to help his mom pay for things, and he wonders, like, how do I not let things like that drive me crazy? And all I saw was myself. When I was going to dine, I had 2 jobs. It was just 2 jobs in basketball. The schoolwork part came easy for me, but I was working 2 jobs as a 19-year-old who ain't never worked before. So it builds character, which you need it. You shouldn't have to just sail smooth. You shouldn't want to. You should want to crash a little bit. So talking to those kids, I see a lot of me, which is super, it's cool, honestly. I like it.